from the Westwood Sports Complex on the campus of Westwood High School in Washington Township, New Jersey. WCTV is very proud to present high school football. Hello, everyone. I'm Larry LaFury along with John Francola, Ricky Wojcicki, and the volunteers of WCTV as we get ready for a big game between Riverdale and Westwood. The game has been pushed back at least a half hour because of the thunderstorms. Both teams are working out on the field. John, Riverdale comes in extremely a powerful team. They already won 5 games. They've won most of those games convincingly, a couple of close games against very good teams. But DJ Nymphius, the coach in Riverdale, has his team moving along, and they're very high in the standings in their Group 3 for the playoffs.
Well, Larry, what they have an outstanding quarterback, Conley, number 22. Remember him last year in that famous game where Westwood went for 2 points, and then they got the ball back, and with time running out, they almost scored. So he runs the play, as you can see him on the screen, number 22, Dylan Conley. Now, he's a little banged up, but what happens when he gets banged up, they bring in a sophomore, Dave Estevez. And Dave Estevez is right there. That young man can play. He starts on defense as a free safety as a sophomore. But they have probably the biggest 2 offensive linemen around, Larry. You'll see the young men that we have to, since we had to review film in order to get a starting lineup, but they have Chris Mann, a right guard, 280 pounds. And then his sidekick, then they have another one about 260. So this is a team that's got a lot of players, they got a lot of speed, and they play that 3-5-3 that we love so much. So they're going to blitz from all over the place.
That amoeba defense where they come from all different angles with 5 linebackers, 3 linemen, but you never know where these players are going to come from, and you really have to study during the week to pick this all up and have it down for Westwood. Westwood comes in after losing 2 games to Mawa, and last week they were handled quite easily by Richfield Park. They come in today, they're a little banged up from what we understand. We'll get the final word on that when the players come out. A couple of players will not be playing tonight. But they do have an outstanding quarterback in Steele Lombardi who has developed over the last couple of weeks into a type right quarterback. And their wide receivers are very good. They can pass. If they can pass against Riverdale with the Cadman on one side, Lawton on the other side, you have Rosenfeld and you have McKay. That's a lethal wide receiving crew. Westwood's got to go. I think Westwood's got to go through the air and try to hit a couple of big plays.
They have to, Larry. Without the pass, they're not going to be able to run inside. They're banged up, and the offensive line is so much bigger. Westwood has smaller than the Riverdale. So you got to pass the ball. The wind is not blowing, so Lombardi should be more on target.
Yeah, both teams are working out on the field. They're loosening up. About an hour and a half ago, the field was closed because of the thunderstorms. The sirens went off. The warnings went off. Everybody was inside. You, me, and Ricky. We went somewhere to have a nice cup of coffee and some soda. And now we're back here. The weather is clearing up. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful night, a beautiful weekend, a football weekend. Riverdale, Westwood, football game. 2 great teams. We'll be back with the opening kickoff in just a moment.
If you're not already standing, please rise and remove your caps as the Westwood Cardinals Marching Band will honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Well, Westwood is going to receive, defend the goal to our right. Riverdale will kick to our left. The clouds have gone away. The rain has gone away. It's going to be a beautiful night as we get into this evening. I don't think there's any more rain in the forecast. The referee for tonight's game is Jerry Hughes. Fred Yorgo is the umpire. Linesman is Bob Cancro. Line judge is Richard Lutz. Field judge is Bob Pompliano. Side judge is John Zanosowski. And the clock operator is Paul D'Ascencio. Those are our officials for tonight.
And Cole Lukashik back for the Cardinals.
Witowski will drop back for Westwood, waiting the kick.
You got what, Catherman back there?
And Catherman also, number 3 for Westwood. Westwood's coming in a little banged up here.
We'll see as the game progresses. They had a tough game against the Rain and Richfield Park.
Yeah. Shindies will kick off. And we are just about ready. People are coming in. The game is going to be at kickoff 33 minutes late due to the thunderstorms that were in the area.
He's an excellent kicker, by the way.
We've seen him a number of years. End over end kick coming down to Rutkowski at about the 5. Straight up the middle, there's a big hole. He hits, and he almost broke it as he got to the 36-yard line. Tackled, where Westwood Cardinals will take over. 1st and 10. We have Mark Romeo is the guard. Now we're going to have to pay attention to see. There's a few injuries. Michael Saunders will be the one guard. We're going to see Brandon Brown, a guard, was injured, and he is not scheduled to start. We'll see who's in for him. Brendan Sullivan and Roy Carter will be the tackles. Cheerleaders.
Larry, that was Lukashik? Lukashik, number 33, yep. Right? Lukashik?
Lombardi comes out.
What speed he had on that kickoff.
Long count. Hand off to Karlstrom. Karlstrom is dropped for maybe a loss of like.
Tackled by number 55, Zach Balzada.
Bazada, Larry, outstanding athlete.
2nd and 10.
Plays both ways.
Yeah, Lombardi is the running back. Liam Karlstrom will be, Lombardi is the quarterback. Liam Karlstrom will be the running back. McKay, Catherman, and Lawton are your wide receivers usually. I formation. Karlstrom fights his way close to the 45-yard line.
40 yards.
Karlstrom.
Looks like number 70, Chris McMahon, the nose guard, made the stop. Look inside, Larry, 77 and 70. They're big boys.
Thomas Johnson comes in for Westwood as a running back. We're going to call it 3rd and 6, John, I think.
3rd and
a long 6.
On a 45.
McKay out
44.
to the left. Roosevelt in a slot. Cadman's way out to the right. Lombardi calling signals. Snap comes back. Looks. And he is inundated as he is dropped.
Sack.
At the 35-yard line.
Number 77. Jay Choi with the sack.
He's one of the big guys that we were talking about for Riverdale, number 77. He tips in, if we get our papers straight here.
6'3", 242.
There you go.
You know, Larry, I saw some of the video on him. Boy, is he quick inside. Definitely a Division I player.
Dylan Connolly will drop back. He does everything for Riverdale. He is their quarterback. He is their defender. He's their captain,
safety,
punt returner, kick returner.
But he doesn't sell coffee like you and I do.
No, doesn't.
Long count.
Snap comes back. Kick is low end over end. Kicks bounding around. Connolly will pick it at the 23, angles to his left. And gets to the 40-yard line where he is dropped. 1st and 10 for
got a flag or
Riverdale.
Is that a white flag? What is that?
That looks like
I think that was
glove.
their last game.
Dylan Connolly.
Anthony Iantuano is at center. Jay Choi, who made that great play, is one guard. Chris McMahon is the other guard. Zach Busaro is one tackle. Jay Highland is the other one. So we'll see how they come out. Well, they have a number of wide receivers they could use at any one time. Nick Sirico is way out here to the right, number 4. Number 5 is Aiden Morrell. Conley will call the signals. 1st and 10. Hand off to Morrell. And straight ahead for about 8 yards is number 32, Charlie Connell. So Charlie Connell picks up about 8 yards on that run.
8-yard gain on 1st down.
That was like the whole line just pushed with them.
Sirico out again to the right. The rest of the team is bunched up behind Conley. They'll move around. Again, similar play. Connell still going, and he gets knocked out as he crosses the 45-yard line. Charlie Connell is a senior. He's 5'9", 185 pounds. But John, to me, he looks a little bigger.
Yeah. That was probably before he ate a month worth of some big meat, a little steak.
Tackled out of bounds by number 5, Jordan Rosenfeld.
Rosenfeld comes up with the tackle if we didn't mention that.
Yeah, it's kind of tough.
Dave Estevez is in now. He is out as a flank and a timeout by Riverdale. So, quick timeout here with 9:17 to go. We do not have any score. It's Riverdale versus Westwood. You are watching WCTV, the all-volunteer group from the Township of Washington.
The 2015 Westwood Cardinal Hill in.
The Cardinal Touchdown Club will be holding its annual beefsteak fundraiser on Saturday, October 24th, a couple of weeks from now, from 7 to 11 at the Westwood Community Center. Tickets and information can be found at www.cardinalstouchdownclub.org. Here comes and dropped.
Number
is
22.
Alec Lanza.
Cuomo on the stop. Zach Cuomo. Nice job by Zach Cuomo.
Cuomo has played sophomore the way he plays, and we saw him at Wawa step up big time.
You know, some of these games that they've taken on the chin, the younger players have really stepped up, making this a better football team.
Eric Zeltman, number 51, he's in for Mandeville, who is out tonight. 2nd down and 7 yards to go. Dylan Concorso, he keeps it, stays on his feet, cuts to the outside, another move to the outside, eludes one tackler. He's going down the sideline, he's going all the way, and he runs in for a touchdown.
40-yard touchdown.
40-yard run.
Number
We've
22.
seen this young man do this last year, and over the last 4 years, Dylan Connolly. He made 2 players miss the tackle. He was able to run around and run it in for a touchdown.
What he does, he changes speeds. Where some runners just go straight, he waited for the block and he was going inside, outside, inside, untouched for a touchdown.
Chindis will kick, Conley will hold, and that crowd, that run stirred the crowd here. What a run. Slipping and sliding.
He's a very good runner, excellent runner.
Tremendous speed.
He's banged up.
Yeah. Kick is up, and it is good. So with 8 minutes, 28 seconds to go, Riverdale on its first possession marches down on a 40-yard touchdown run by Dylan Connolly, leads Westwood 7-0. You are watching WCTV, the all-volunteer group from the Township of Washington, Bergen County, New Jersey.
He's got to be healthy.
Shindies will kick. He didn't hit that ball very hard. Comes down short, picked up by Karlstrom, and Karlstrom is hit almost immediately and dropped on the 30-yard line, where the Cardinals will take over 1st and 10.
Looks like number 38 made the stop, Sean Burke.
9-yard line, 1st down, Westwood.
And as the game progresses with those white shirts, it's going to be kind of tough.
The right guard taking over from Brandon Brown, number 56, LT Brown, will be number 51, Eric Zeltner. So we got that all straightened out. These are late second scratches.
Here we go, run!
Some. Well, listen. Trips to the left for Westwood.
You need some blocking.
Lombardi looked downfield. Nobody was open. Man coverage downfield, and he's dropped for about a 4-yard loss.
It will be a sack. So that was the second sack.
That was man-to-man coverage, and Westwood receivers were covered going downfield. Lombardi had no one to throw to, and it was a sack. That was a coverage sack on that play. Good. That was good play by the defensive backs of Riverdale.
Well, they got some good ones back there with Estevez.
Oh, yeah.
He's a sophomore.
Conley, Capola, Estevez, and Angione.
I did a pretty good job scouting these teams without talking to the coaches, hey?
Yeah. Sirico's
great to
in.
see a video.
Sirico's in as a corner now.
Yep. They'll switch.
There's Johnson. Big run. And that's
Gain
Johnson.
About 5 yards.
Yeah, he
Ball handed to number 27, Thomas Johnson.
Trying to pick up.
Jukes and jives.
So let's see for this spot. A good 5-yard gain. Going to bring up 3rd and 5. Now Westwood's got to pick up a first down here.
3rd and 6.
Without a doubt.
You're starting to feel the momentum starting to shift toward the Riverdale side. A first down here will keep Westwood going, give them a little,
Yeah, the Golden
little
Hawks.
bounce in their
You
steps.
can't give them the ball too soon here.
Yeah,
They
you
can go to distance from any place on the field.
Catherman, Rosenfeld, out to the left.
Line has
Nobody
got a
calling
block.
signals. Throw out here. He has his
First
man.
down.
Great throw to the outside. And that was Lawton.
Caught by number 82.
Lawton did a nice play. Went straight down.
Estevez.
Yep.
Good play, Westwood Cardinals.
And Estevez stopped that
First
play.
down.
Great throw by Lombardi that time.
Lawton went down the seam, made a hard cut to the right. The ball was there on his cut. Lombardi made a nice throw, pick up first down.
First down in the game
First-
for
first-
Cardinals.
Nice throw. This is what Westwood's going to have to do. Control passing, take your shot. Riverdale will be in man coverage usually throughout the game. Usually. Lombardi back. He's being rushed. He's out of the pocket. Throws downfield
Wide
and
open.
wide open. And that's Catherman down to the
Catherman.
35-yard line.
17 yards on that pass play.
That play was made by Lombardi, who was able to snicker around. You don't have to be a wild scrambler. Just move your feet and get out of harm's way, and that's what he did there, and was able to find
It
Catherman
was
wide open.
This is what they have to do. They have to pass against the Golden Hawks to stay in the game.
2 first downs in a row for the Cardinals of Westwood. McKay's out to the right, way out to the right. Catherman, who just made that catch, comes out to the left. The rest of the team is tight. It is I formation. Lombardi calling signals. Johnson hits the hole, nothing.
Loss of a couple of yards in the middle.
Hand off to Johnson. Nothing
And
there. Loss on the play.
Loss of
Second
about
12.
3. We're going to call it 2nd and
Contact for the
13
Cardinals.
for the Cardinals. Rosenfeld comes running in.
I think they're just trying to keep him honest with that inside because that's where you got all the meat up front, the 2 guards for Riverdale and the center.
Sometimes you just got, you have to play what's the cards are dealt to you, and these cards are dealt to Westwood. Looks to me very early, with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter, they're gonna have to pass.
They have to pass. There's no doubt. Passing is the only.
Riverdale's ready to blitz, and the play is stopped.
Where was the count? Where was the pre-count?
Let's see what they called here now. What are they calling? Wait for the referee here. Delay a game.
No pre-count, ref! Wake up! Hey, where's the pre-count, ref? Wake up!
And you hear some fans from Westwood complaining about giving the signal. Well, that brings it back another 5, brings up a 2nd and 17 now for Westwood.
He had very good diction though.
Oh, very the eloquence.
Eloquent.
And the elocution of the words
my
coming
God.
right out.
I woke up.
Yeah.
Larry, I was taking a little snooze. No.
Here's an inside screen to Catherman. And Catherman fights his way across the 40.
About a yard short, I bet.
No, that was second. It's going to bring up a 3rd
Oh, I'm
down,
sorry.
11.
There's another 11.
Yep.
About 11 yards. All right.
3rd and 11.
A lot of teams have been
That
running
was
that
a rocket screen. I like it. They call it bubble screen. I like a rocket screen.
bubble rocket
Rocket is the way to go.
screen, a wide receiver screen.
Yeah, because you come in and you come right into the middle, the vacated area in the middle, and usually there's nobody there but you and the ball.
So 3rd down now and 11. The ball is on the 37-yard line of Riverdale. Riverdale is Not showing a blitz. Lombardi
Nice,
keeps it, slips
nice.
inside, keeps going, and falls across the 30-yard line. He's going to be short of a first down. He's going to bring up a fourth down and about 3.
3 yards.
8-yard gain on the play.
Obviously, you're going
4th and 3.
from the 29-yard line. You have to go.
Temperature, a lot different than last week, 65 degrees and cloudy.
And in Italy, 65 gradi.
So it's a big fourth down play here for the Cardinals of Westwood. 3 minutes and 25 seconds to go in the first quarter. They trailed Riverdale 7-0. Riverdale scored on a 40-yard touchdown run by Dylan Connolly. 4th and 4 as they remarked the marker. And there's a penalty.
Yeah, against the Hawks. That was a Leonard Payton.
Boy, Lombardi has turned into some quarterback.
Offsides on the hook.
So the 4th and 4 becomes 1st and 10 on encroachment, offsides, whatever you want to call it. I want to call it offsides.
On the 29.
There's Bobby Guy giving the plays. He calls the offensive plays for Westwood, gives it to Steele Lombardi. Lombardi comes into the huddle and calls the play. Kaltrum is lone back. Catherman, Rosenfeld, and Lawton to the right. McKay to the left.
Almost dropped the
Lombardi
ball.
looks, throws, has his man, eludes one tackle, still going. That's Roosevelt. He gets close to a first down. That's Catherman. Bobby Catherman with the catch and fighting his way for a first down.
Estevez made the stop, but Larry, that play hung up there. I could see Estevez saying, I'm going to the races. He just went right past the ball.
Westwood is moving through the air against Riverdale. You know, John, when you get to high school ball, if you got a good quarterback and a couple of wide receivers, it's like being in the West with
You need a
the
little
fastest
bit-
gun, yeah?
You need some linemen
Just to hold everybody out.
and throw 35 passes a game. You're going to get 6-7 wins a season.
They sliding the quarterback out. There's Karlstrom, hits the line, falls forward. Could be close to a first down.
First down,
Handoff up the middle to Carlson.
by about a half a yard.
Over Saunders. First down, Karlstrom picks it up. Temperature's dropping.
61.
That's beautiful.
Rome, Italy.
Rome, Italy. What do we care about Rome? Oh, John's family's there.
Sessantuno.
John's family is in Italy. All 7 of them.
Piove un poco. 61 a Roma. E solo il primo.
We do all this stuff on the internet for the John's family in Italy. We find out there's 6 of them.
That was kidding around. But four of those 6 are dead.
Hey, still watch.
They still watch.
Lombardi
the game.
looks, Lombardi throws, has a
Wide
man
open.
open. McKay gets inside the 5-yard line.
Stopped by Sirico and number 14, Coppola.
On the Riverdale 3-yard line.
So Westwood on the arm of Steele Lombardi. And the pass catching of Cadman. Rosenfeld. Lawton
This is where you got to find Lawton.
doing very well.
The 6'2" spring. Because the defenders are smaller in stature, in height that is.
Team is relatively tight. Karlstrom is the lone setback.
Down and out for number 82.
And we have a whistle. Let's see, what do we got here? Oh,
Coffee break.
somebody had to get set, I think. Tell you the truth, I really don't know why he blew the whistle. Lombardi throws it up.
There it is. Oh, a
Incomplete.
Flag. Little flag? No.
Lombardi.
Angione was the recovering, and the play was for Ryan Lawton.
Passing complete. Second
Now
and goal.
looks like Kramer's coming in for Lawton.
So second down, and let's see where the ball is. About 3 yards to go, right?
3 yards.
Karlstrom comes running in.
Timekeeper has it 3 yards. About the 3 yards. Yep.
And you know what they've done here, Westwood has done? They've milked the clock. There's 48 seconds left to go in the quarter.
Look at this. You got 82 blocking in there. Lawton is inside blocking at this point.
There goes Karlstrom. Karlstrom goes to the goal line. He's going to be about a yard short.
Well,
The ball
let's
comes
see.
out, but they're saying he was down.
This is the play they were talking to me at that establishment that we went into. They had a trick play to Karlstrom.
Third down, Westwood.
So third down. The ball's at the 2-yard line. Quickly. Big slap. This is
Touchdown,
Karlstrom. He
touchdown.
jumps in. He's in for a touchdown. Liam Karlstrom banks it in for a touchdown.
2-yard TD.
And with 22 seconds left to go, Westwood's on the board. They trail Riverdale 7-6. A nice drive by the Cardinals.
Great throws by Lombardi, great catches. And you can see Karlstrom.
There's
Mr.
the family.
and Mrs. Karlstrom.
Here they are. They're right below
They're
us.
happy. Look how happy they are.
There's the Catherman's right next to them.
Oh, he's been
and right
looking.
there is the little Puma.
The little Puma.
Or the big Puma.
Oh, he's warming up.
Poggi. Here's your kick. And it is good. So with 22 seconds to go in the first quarter, Westwood drives on the arm of Lombardi and the running of Karlstrom and ties the game 7-7 between Riverdale and Westwood. You are watching WCTV, the all-volunteer group from the Township of Washington, Bergen County, New Jersey.
Larry, it's got to be.
Okay, I say the Riverdale guys gets to stay. What do you say?
7-7 everywhere. Everybody's in this game. You get the fans. You know, playing in nice weather helps.
There's your cheerleaders, the
Oh,
wacky
Cardinal-
bird.
Oh, the wacky bird. There could be a battle between the Cardinal and the Golden Hawk.
You know, John, you got to admit the weathermen hit this right. They were saying for a couple of days it was going to rain during commute between 4 and 7. And boy, did they hit that. I
This
always
is beautiful. You talk about perfect weather. It's about 61 degrees.
Oh, it's great.
In Italy, it's a Santa Una.
They're getting up to ready to go to work, though, John.
Oh, it's 6 hours different.
Yeah, well, they're in deep sleep now.
Well, they're in
Unless
sleep
your
all the time.
your family.
Some are in real sleep.
Lillian banks one downfield.
Good kick.
Taking
Oh, this is
ball
good.
bounces away. It's a live ball. It's still a live ball.
bouncing.
And it's dropped by Johnson at the 5-yard line. Johnson went all the way down. The ball was bumped, and Johnson dropped the runner on the 5-yard line.
Well, they're putting it about the 8.
So,
About the 8. But, you know, that's the kind of play. And
Will start their
you
drive
got that
around the
momentum.
9-yard
It's
line.
bobbling the ball. You hit him, the ball bounces out.
there's Uncle Matt.
That's Magic Man. Remember him in that, we had that little show. We're making $10,000 for somebody. He had a
That was
tux.
he was
He looked
our
like a penguin.
he was our maitre d'.
Yeah.
Dressed up in a
He
tuxedo.
looked like a penguin.
It was 30 years ago.
He was a pretty good looking penguin.
He was a young penguin.
Now he's an old penguin.
Conley calling signals. Hand off inside. Looks like Connell.
Excellent
Connell
defense.
dropped.
Looks like number 6, Matt Poggi on the stop that time. Magic Matt.
4 hard-fought yards on the play.
And
That
at
was
the end
well-
of the first quarter, an exciting first quarter here on the campus of Westwood High School in Washington Township, New Jersey. Riverdale and Westwood, longtime rivals. They're all tied up as we go to the second quarter. You are watching the fans standing and cheering for both teams, and it's one brought to you by WCTV, the all-volunteer group from the Township of Washington, Bergen County, New Jersey. He still picked up 4 yards. Second down and 4 yards to go. You see some of the Cardinal fans, the cheerleaders. Colin calling signals.
This is a big down for Westwood to stop him.
Connell has it around the right side, has enough for a first down as he gets up to the past the 20-yard line. So Dylan Connolly picks up the first down on another run.
For a Hawks first down.
You know, they had about 5-6 blockers ahead of them. Student Union right.
Tackled by number 19, Ethan Klokowski.
So there's a young man. We haven't called his name.
Yeah, Westwood has a number of players in here.
Ethan Klokowski made the stop.
First and 10 now for Riverdale. Oh, what a play inside. Connolly dropped.
82, baby.
That was Lawton, comes flying across and drops
It
him
was
for a
like
big...
a rocket ship coming in.
Sure was.
Responsible for the tackle, bring up a 2nd and long for the Hawks.
That's when you look at the film of the games, what they do, he was able to go in there and make the stop for a loss of 3 yards, 4 yards.
Boy, 2nd and 14. Conley's calling signals. We're at the start of the second quarter. We're all tied. If you just joined us, 7-7. Conley fakes, wants to throw, wants a deep downfield for Estevez. He's got a step, and it's caught.
Catch.
Cut away. He's going down his field. He's at the 30. He is gone. He is gone. David Estevez on a great throw, close to 80 yards.
82 yards, official. 82 yards.
82-yard touchdown pass from Dylan Conley. He wanted it all on a fly pattern. Estevez went up and took the ball away from the receiver, and then once he was in the clear, no one was going to catch him. 82 yards, Conley to Estevez.
How he's able to take the ball away, and then he put into the afterburners. And the afterburners, he could have run to Hillsdale with that speed. He can run, that young man.
What speed? And he is only a sophomore. They have him at 5'11", 175 pounds, and he's gonna, there he is.
He starts at both places.
Number 1.
He starts on offense and defense, a wide receiver and safety.
What a player. The kick is up, and it is good. So just like that, on a big bomb from Connolly to Estevez, Riverdale takes a 14-7 lead over Westwood. You are watching WCTV, the all-volunteer group from the Township of Washington. Kachik is back. He nearly broke one on the first kickoff, a step away.
Yeah, Lukashek is quite a ball player.
Kick is
Good-looking
end
young
over
man.
end kick. Coming down to Catherman. Catherman will run. Nope, he's inside
End
the
zone.
goal line, so they bring it back out to the 20-yard line, where Westwood will take over. 1st and 10. They trail 14-7 to Riverdale. It's been an exciting quarter and
And
4
beginning of
minutes.
the second quarter.
A quarter and about 2 minutes.
Their drive on their own 20-yard line.
They have a lot of action. They got plenty of plays, the Golden Hawks.
They sure do. They got,
And they got
speed. Speed.
And speed kills. So you
Size,
gotta
what
stay
did they say?
back.
What did they tell us? Size, thrilled, seed, speed, kills.
Kills. Well, you saw it. You know, here, it was not a foot race. Once he caught the ball, he went 6-7 yards fast.
Johnson barely gets back to the line of scrimmage, and he's thrown back.
At the line of
I'm
scrimmage
trying to
by
see.
number 51, Burke.
Number 51 on the stop. He's another good ball player for this team. Kobe Burke, he also, middle linebacker that was. Now, he is one of the 3 players that are being looked at for like Division 1 or Division 1A. They have beautiful videos on Max Prep on those 3 young men.
He's 6 foot, 200 pounds. College, he'd be a nice safety.
Absolutely.
2nd down and 10 will call for the Cardinals of Westwood. Lombardi calling signals. Lombardi's back. Lombardi is taken down by a host of players from the inside defense, led by Chris McMahon.
Another, the nose guard.
3rd and 11.
So 3rd down and
Was that a
12.
sack or did he run?
that's a sack.
I give him that's the 3rd sack of the game.
That's a sack. It's behind the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
So 3 sacks now for the Golden Hawks.
And the nose guard is unbelievable, the size of that young man.
You know, we were talking to some of the people, officials. Look, next year, if they move the teams into their brackets where they're supposed to play in groups, this might be the last time Westwood and Riverdale play, which would be, to me, sad. I mean, we've seen them play every year.
Yeah, Chris
There's a
McMahon.
run inside to Johnson, and he got nothing. So Westwood's going to have to punt.
Johnson.
You know, they're running. Again, it's tough to beat this line and the defense of the Hawks. You got to throw the ball. And now the infamous punt.
And Conley's dropping back to receive the punt at about, he's going to be somewhere around his 45-yard line. If he gets a fair catch over there, they're in great field position.
This is what, Kramer?
Set back to receive the punt.
Joe Kramer's dropping back the punt. Snap comes back. Kramer has a nice kick.
Nice punt.
Conley will get it at his 44-yard line, 46. Angles to his left. He's got some room out there to his right, and he gets it across the 35-yard line where Riverdale will take over 1st and 10 in great field position.
Returned by 22 Connolly.
And was stopped by number 73, Gary Siak for Westwood. Number 73. A lot of new players in the Westwood team. A lot of injuries from last week's game.
Cardinal 32-yard line.
But
So-
here you give a half a field
Oh,
that Donnelly will have. And that Mojo just switched back to the Golden Hawks.
so the Golden Hawks have the ball. They've scored the first 2 times they put their hands on the ball. One was a 40-yard run by Dylan Connolly, and one was an 82-yard pass from Connolly to Estevez. That's where we are right now. Connolly calling signals. And he is stopped as he tried to run off the left side.
Connolly keeps it himself. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage by number 60, Dylan Henry.
Henry, what a stop. Great tackle by Henry. Oh, Henry must be playing middle
Second and 10.
linebacker.
Dylan Henry.
Yeah, he took off for L.T. Brown, who's out injured.
Let's see now. Coach DJ Nymphius on the other side calling plays. He is the head coach for Riverdale. Dennis Hard.
Move your arm!
Long count. Conley has hands off inside, and it does nothing.
Looks like Poggi, right? Poggi?
Looked like Lanza ran the ball and was stopped by Poggi.
Poggi and number 9.
Now, John, these next 2 plays are going to be very big for Westwood and Riverdale. It's 3rd and 10. You think you're in 4-down territory here.
Sklavanis was also on attack.
Matt Covey.
Poggi and Sklavanis. How's that?
All right.
Number 9.
Lanza is set back. We have wings to the right and left. Conley calls signals. Pitches back out here, Lanza. He has some room and is tackled
They may kick a field goal here.
as he gets across the 30-yard line. We'll see. Going to bring up a 4th and 5.
Brought down by 19 Kwiatkowski.
This young man can kick.
4th and 6.
Shinness can kick the ball. Let's see.
Let's see. Are they going to kick it? No, they're going to go for it.
They're going for it.
4th down and 5.
They're probably trying to get a 5-yard penalty on the Cardinal right here.
Conley calling signals. Conley looks. Man's right there is open. And it's dropped. Tackle by Johnson. The receiver was open in the corner. I don't know if he had enough yardage.
Cardinal ball.
The ball's going over the Cardinals as the ball was knocked out of Lanza's hand by Johnson. He's played a nice game, this kid Johnson. So the Cardinals, after giving up great field position, were able to hold on 4 downs and take over now.
Was the one who made the stop. You can see him right there going off. Great job on that. He's a hitter.
Oh, that Cuomo's played. I thought it was Johnson. It was
Yeah,
Cuomo.
I do. It was
Okay.
Cuomo. Yeah, I saw it after the play. We got to give him the right credit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. It was so far away I couldn't see. Here's a handoff. And Johnson trips across the 30. Pickup of 2.
Lombardi under center, hands off to Johnson.
5:50 to go in
Tripped
the
up
first
at the
half.
line of scrimmage, falls forward for a gain of 2.
2-yard gain.
So it's 2nd down and 8 yards to go. This kid's Cuomo. We saw him start in Mawa, and he has played some corner,
Great.
and he is a sophomore. The plays he
He's a
makes
player.
as a sophomore, you think he's a senior. 2nd down and 8.
You got McKay way out to the left.
The rest of the team is relatively tight. Lombardi calling signals. Body rolls to his left. Stops, and he is blasted. He is plastered very quickly as he tried to get up. Charles Connell, a linebacker, came across him, dropped him for a huge loss
That
of
was
about
number
8
32
yards.
on the sack
Yep.
for Charlie Cano.
3rd and 18.
He's a linebacker, one of the many
one
linebackers
linebacker.
they have. So this is now 3rd down and about 20 yards. They got to get to the 39-yard line. It's 18 yards, almost 19 yards. 3rd and 19. Lombardi calling signals. A handoff and stopped. As Johnson gets the ball. Handoff.
Tackled by number 70, Chris McMahon.
McMahon with the stop.
From the nose guard.
4th and long.
He's a good one. Fog is starting to...
There's some of that little
Yeah.
fog that's coming in.
Looks like we have some signals to the Indian tribes.
Connolly back to the Hawks.
They're not cooking anything causing this, is it? No, this is coming. This is just natural fog. We're inside 4 minutes to go. Westwood will kick. Kramer will kick. Conley's
good
back
punt.
again. Good snap back. High kick. Ball bounces. And at the 41-yard line, I think they downed it. We'll see where they spot it, where Riverdale will take over 1st and 10.
Again, it's half a field play.
Can't be giving them half a field. You gotta turn this field around.
3:35 left in the half.
3 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the half. Riverdale leads Westwood 14-7 here on the campus of Westwood High School in Washington Township, New Jersey, Bergen County. There is a couple of Washington Townships that are not in Bergen County.
I think there's 3, isn't it?
Yeah, they're
3
all
in-
over the place. One is
3
in out west, one is south, one
you
is
got
southwest.
2 or 3 in New Jersey.
But there's only one WCTV in Washington Township, and that's
That's
us. We got a chance. We got to mention the letter we got from one of our fans.
Absolutely. We get a chance. Probably in the second half.
We'll try to get a few moments here. It's a fast-moving game.
From 41.
Estevez pitches back to Conley. Conley tackled. Lawton made sure he had a handle on him.
Wrapped up around the ankles by...
How you like that? Estevez gets the snap back and he hands it off to Conley as a running back.
Lawton did a nice job that time.
Picked up 4 yards. Lawton made it that it wasn't going to be 10 or more.
Well, you had one quarterback, Estevez, to the other quarterback on the handoff. Look at this. Well, nobody in the backfield. Now they're putting somebody in the backfield. I thought they were
Someone's got to
gonna
come in the
back.
backfield. Estevez is now quarterbacking. Handoff. Estevez still has the ball.
Still
It's
has
not
it.
going anywhere. And they stop him for no gain. Some razzle-dazzle, but the defense of Westwood would
a
not be
loss.
fooled.
No gain on the play.
75. That's Carter, right?
That's Joy Carter, the junior.
Carter made the...
Responsible for the takedown.
All right, it's 3rd down and 7 yards to go now.
That looked like a little mistake on the play. But Westwood will take it.
Connolly calling signals. He's in there. Lanza is one of the backs.
They're yelling for Roy Carter.
Handoff. Connell goes down. They're going to say he was down. That was Charles Connell, who'll bring up a 4th down and short.
Covered by the Hawks.
Oh, a lot longer than I thought.
Man with the recovery.
Yeah, the
Four-
ball was going forward.
4th down, and we're going to call 4. And there's timeout on the field as Riverdale calls a timeout. When we come back, Riverdale will have a 4th and 4 on the 35-yard line of the Cardinals. They lead the Cardinals of Westwood 14-7. You are watching WCTV, the all-volunteer group from the Township of Washington. Crowd on both sides of the field are into it, the Westwood fans and the Riverdale fans. Connolly calling signals, empty back, he's under the center. He hands off, big handoff to Charles Connell on a power off the left side, and he bangs it to the 25-yard line with 1 minute and 46 seconds to go. So
You know,
Charles Connell picks it up.
Yeah, Conley, and then of course Connell, number 32, was blocking away.
Charles Connell's done very well this half, John, taking that quick hitter and smashing off the left side. Some of those big linemen that Riverdale have. Here's Connell again. No, goes inside. I thought Connell had it.
No,
It's kept by Connolly, it looks like.
it looks like Conley inside. They'll bring in Estevez at any time. And of course, you have
With a run up the middle,
Dylan Conley.
tackled by number 76, Brendan Sullivan.
Now you have Estevez as a wide receiver.
And he'll come out here. Rosenfeld will pick him up. Connolly calling signals. Connolly fakes the hand, throws it outside. Glazer has it. The penalty comes in. And Lanza goes all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Alex Lanza.
So Lanza brings it in. Let's see what
Illegal pass.
we got here. Looks like they're calling hold. It's a hold,
Holding.
and it's against Riverdale.
Holding on Riverdale.
So let's see where the hold was. So they're going to mark it off.
15 yards
They'll
from
mark
that spot.
from the spot.
Point of attack.
As the referee's in the stands.
And the foggy rolls in here. Holding against Riverdale again. And the ball is going to be placed down at the 27-yard line.
23-yard line.
22-yard line, beg your pardon.
Yep. Yeah.
Bring up a second down and 7 yards to go. The clock is running. We're at 50 seconds to go with the half. Murrell comes out in a slot. Estevez is out way to the left. And we have a timeout on the field called by Westwood with 44 seconds to go. Riverdale leads Westwood 14-7. John, let's just talk about the letter we get. Every once in a while we get a letter from some of our fans. Last week we did the Richfield Park game, and Steve Orozco was the linebacker. No, I'm sorry, he was the nose guard, and he was also a fullback. And he played such a great game
He had 12 tackles.
at the nose guard position. And you mentioned during the game.
Well, when you look at Roscoe the dog, and Roscoe the dog, of course, and I know, chases bed bugs, and it makes a lot of money, that dog. Well, we kept on and on. We had a lot of, and the kid played great. All of a sudden, we got a letter in from the mother. So all of a sudden, I picked up the email and said, I hope she's not mad at me. And she said, that was tremendous. Let me tell you something. When he played in Pee Wee or whatever, his coach, who now is 80 years old, he used to say, "Where's Roscoe?" And it stayed with him. So here we were. We made it up and had a ball with that.
We had no idea that that he was called Roscoe as in the Pee Wee and Rec League by a coach who's now 80 years old and is retired from coaching. And they all got a great kick out of it. And we want to thank Eva for the wonderful note she wrote us. Conley's back, and there's a whistle on the play. Motion.
The Golden Hawks.
So that's going to back up the Golden Hawks 5 more yards.
44 seconds.
So it's very nice to get that note. If anybody out there want to write notes, if it's a good note, you can write it to us. If it's a bad note, you can write it to John Franco. But you can send it to WCTV.
But she spelled my name right.
She did. You can send it to, and if Ricky I'm wrong, he's going to tell me wrong. You can send it to WCTV at WCTV.us. That's our email address. And we will eventually read those letters. We get so many of them. Conley's back.
From the
looking
28.
Looking down the middle. He has his man downfield. Incomplete. And he had Lanza. He might have had Lanza open in the seam down. So that took a couple of seconds away. 39 seconds to go. 3rd and 13. What you want to do here if you're Riverdale is get the first down. I mean,
you like to get some points. That would be the key.
Brett Favre used to say, always get the first down. Move those chains.
Because right now, this would give the mojo to Westwood. But Westwood would be kicking off in the second half.
That is correct. There's going to be another timeout on the field here.
Well, you have it. You might as well use it.
Riverdale.
So, again, we just want to thank Eva for sending us that note. We appreciate it. Again, if anybody wants to send a letter or a note to us, you can send it to WCTV at WCTV.us.
And Larry, what she said, keep having
Again,
those
make sure
funny
you head over
statements.
to our
Make those
snack
things.
stand.
because people enjoy listening to you that don't know football.
That's
Some
true.
people think we don't know football either.
They're probably right.
That was Tony. We're going to say his last name, but Tony used to say that all the time.
Tony, a big famous coach, always told us, you guys don't know anything. Yeah. But he got a kick out of it.
I know.
And you know what? He kept inviting us back, so I guess not everything was wrong. So now we're looking at a 3rd down and 13 yards to go for Riverdale. 39 seconds to go in the half. Riverdale leads Westwood 14-7.
It's been a great game.
So far, exciting game.
Westwood has to stop for them to score and go into the second half down 7.
Conley calling signals. Conley's back. There's a flag on the play. Conley looking now. He wants. He looks. He fires downfield. And it's caught. What a catch downfield.
Well, we got a flag, though.
There's a flag down there. Sirico made the catch. The flag went up at the snap of the ball. Let's see who we got.
It's again. I think it's against the Golden Hawks. Let's see.
They're walking back.
Donnelly's
Long
taking charge
discussion.
right now. Illegal procedure against the Golden Hawks.
That's going to back him up 5 more yards. But that was some throw by Conley down to Sirico.
He's a good one.
And he got it down to the 2-yard line.
But he threw that ball right through a defender.
That will back them up 5 more yards.
So back that's 10 yards penalty on 2 plays.
18.
Coach Nifias can't be happy
No.
with those penalties. So now it's 3rd down and 20 yards to go. Conley's back. Conley looks. He's setting people out on a tree. He's moving to his right. He has some room. Looking. Fires into the end zone. Wide open to Sirico. He has it. And touchdown. So a 3rd down and 20-yard line. And there's a flag. There's a penalty. They're going to have holding. Let's see who it's against. Holding against Riverdale.
Golden Hawks. What a catch that time by Sirico.
You realize he's thrown 2 passes down to the goal line with 3rd and very long?
Unbelievable. That's how you lose your hair. As a coach.
That's Coach Nifias.
Right there.
He's got to be. I mean, this is now 3rd down in the field with 13 seconds to go.
4 or 5 straight penalties.
They got to get down to the 16-yard line.
13 seconds left in the first half.
3rd and 40. Trips to the left. Estevez looking. He's got time. He fires way downfield to Sirico. And Sirico, he got it. Touchdown. Can you believe this? Sirico caught 2 touchdown passes.
Caught by number 14, Matt Coppola.
Scopola. Matt Coppola.
Knock the ball down, man! Come on,
43-yard TD.
So that was 14. It was
Coppola.
Matt Coppola. I had the 4, and it was 1. Coppola got down there. So
From Estevez?
from Estevez. So Estevez is involved in 2 long touchdown passes. One he caught for 82, and one he threw for
43.
Wow.
Do you know what that does to a defense?
Oh my God! I did it
shatters you.
3 times.
We're getting all these penalties and
And then Connell runs a 2-point conversion in, and right now it's 22-7. Riverdale leads Westwood. You are watching WCTV, the all-volunteer group from the township of Washington. Crowd is still buzzing on Matt Coppola's touchdown pass from Estevez, David Estevez.
the sophomore.
Wow, the sophomore is involved in 2 long passes, but
There was 3
Whoa.
touchdown passes on penalties.
yeah, penalty. It was a pass down to about the 1-yard line, and that should be into the second half of the
That'll
second
be the
quarter.
last play.
So the second quarter comes to an end on an exciting play by Riverdale as they go up 22-7 over Westwood. You are watching WCTV, the all-volunteer group from the township of
I
Washington.
don't understand.
I'll tell you right now, if you had
Center your attention onto the 50-yard line as we welcome to the field your very own 2015 Westwood Cardinal cheerleaders, coached by Brittany Rubino.
Are you guys heading north?
7 a.m.
Oh.
Gonna get down for later games. Wait for us at 3.
That'll be good.
Stay overnight. Make our way back tomorrow. So slowly. I'm gonna stop at URI and pick up Aaron or something on the way up. Back in the site, I got an A in public speaking and a C plus in math. Fine. Fine. Math. Fine.
I don't know about you, but the name gets me every time. Good job, cheerleaders.
We're back here at halftime at the campus of Westwood High School. Riverdale leads 22-7, but the way they got the last 8 points was really remarkable, as John and I talked here up at the halftime extensively about the last couple of plays.
Oh, unbelievable, Larry. Let's quickly give you the stats first. It all started with Donnelly going 40 yards for a touchdown in the first quarter. And then all of a sudden, Westwood started passing the ball. They threw to Catherman for 17 yards. Another to Catherman. They were opening up. Finally, a 2-yard touchdown by Karlstrom, extra point good. That ended the first quarter. In the second quarter, next time they have the ball, Estevez catches the ball from Donnelly and goes 82 yards, untouched for a touchdown. Great catch. Extra point is good, 14-7. Then we go into our 3-touchdown situation we had with about less than 39 seconds to go. Finally, on a third try, after a holding penalty that brought him to the 43-yard line, a throw from Estevez to Coppola, 43-yard and a touchdown, 2-point conversion, and the score is 22-7.
Yeah. The last play, Matt Coppola was able to get in back of the defenders and caught the touchdown pass. I had it Sirico, because Sirico caught the first 2 passes and I saw the 4. So we have to make sure we get it to Matt Coppola for that outstanding play. And then Connell ran it in for 2 points, and that makes it 22-7. And it was a backbreaker there the last 10 seconds for Westwood.
Your mojo goes right out the window.
And now Westwood will kick off to Riverdale.
4 sacks in that first half for the Golden Hawks.
Ball is banging around, taken by the up man. Shindy's the kicker, and he gets across the 30-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 for Riverdale.
Philly with a low liner.
So 32-yard line, the Golden Hawks will get the ball.
As Riverdale is brought down by number 1, Joe Kramer. They'll start their
Kramer made the tackle.
I'm still shocked.
Well, we have never seen, John and I have been talking about, we've never seen
in all the years.
The 3. I think the first one, Sirico, I could be wrong, but I think he was down to the 1-yard line and they brought it back. But he was on the goal line. Then 2 touchdown passes. One was called back, and then the final one to Coppola was legit. The third time was a charm, as they say. Connell just ran pass. We just lost it. And Connolly runs the ball for no gain. So we just lost the play because our battery went dead. Let me just recap very quickly. Connell took the ball, a handoff. He ran it up to about the 41-yard line. Now Dylan Conley had a quarterback keeper. He lost the yards. Going to bring up a 4th down and 2 yards to go. And they're going for it. Conley's going for it. Handoff to Conley. Pitches back outside. And he gets close to the first down. Morrell.
Aiden Morrell, flag on the play.
And there's a flag on the play.
Looks like a hole. Let's see.
I don't know if
short. He could be short. Let's see where the spot. I would measure before I take the penalty. Request a measurement.
Let's see what the referee's going to do here. I think the referee motioned that it might have been a first down. Let's see what the penalty is here. We'll let them sort it all out. They're closer to the field. They're calling out a chop block.
That's 15 yards. You should measure right here. Let's see if they measure.
No,
I guess not.
The referee announced. I think he went first down. So now they're going to bring the punting
Not
team
a
in.
punting. You're right.
4th and long.
Because they'll check that.
Number 8, McKay.
McKay will drop back
Receive the punt.
to the punt.
That excellent defense that time for
So we're having a
fake
punt
right
here.
What about fake punt right here
Oh, anything is possible.
from Nymphias?
Kick is way up in the air, bounding around, gets a good bounce, rolls to the 35,
30.
34, 33-yard line where
33.
Westwood will take over,
Ball
first
down
and 10.
By number 41, Alex Samuel.
So an excellent defensive effort by the Cardinal defense.
On their own 33-yard line.
And now they really got to change that mojo. And get a
Yeah,
couple
you got to
of first
forget
downs.
about what happened in the first half, forget about what happened
yeah.
in that last 30 seconds, and just concentrate on playing football and try to get back into the game.
You know, having 4 sacks in that first half made him change and go away from passing and running.
Vito Traus.
Look at that. He's yelling. He's ready to go in and run a play for them.
Walker play.
Walk a play. As long as a young lady is playing him.
And Lombardi throws the ball over the head.
Gets the ball away. Pass incomplete down the right sideline.
And that was for McKay. He was being pressured.
2nd down and 10.
He had some pressure up the middle. He moved to the outside, but again, nobody was open.
Nobody was open.
As
And a good job throwing the ball out. Get rid of it. Throw it out of bounds.
Sirico, Estevez, Coppola, and Conley are doing a wonderful job in the backfield. For defensive backfield for Riverdale. Lombardi calls signals 2nd and 10. Snap comes back. Lombardi goes to throw. The ball may have been knocked out.
5th sack.
And there is a penalty flag come flying
There's a
in.
flag on the play. That would be the 5th sack.
Looks like Michael Saunders comes up with the ball.
To
I don't
save
know if they ruled it an incomplete pass. No, they're ruling it that it was a fumble. Holding
No, this-
against Westwood.
Holding on the Cardinals.
So a holding penalty from the spot is going to move it back.
Penalties decline.
Oh, they declined
3rd
the
and long,
penalty.
Westwood.
3rd and long.
Well, yeah, you got him down. Get the ball back.
Yeah.
Coach Niffy is 3rd down and 15.
Well,
So you have Catherman coming out to the left. Rosenfeld's in the slot.
you got trips to the left, right?
Trips to the left.
They need 18 yards for a first down. Throw
outside here to
Rocket
Catherman.
screen. Rocket
And
screen.
Catherman gets a nice chunk of that back, but it won't be enough for a first down. So Catherman picked up a nice, I'd say about 10 yards, 12 yards. Yep.
Yeah, but probably more. I think 18, 12 yards. You got about 6 yards right now for first down. And it looks like they're going to punt.
Westwood sending in the punting team. Conley's dropping back to his 35-yard line.
Joe Kramer's done a real nice job punting for the Cardinals.
He has.
They probably had a week of punting.
After last week, and he's a sophomore, 6'3", 190, big kid.
Will be probably a starting wide receiver next year for sure. With that big body.
Wide body. Long count. Oh, snap.
Oh!
And they give it to Lawton. And Lawton is dropped as they do a little razzle-dazzle. And the 4th down trick play does not work as
Alex
Lawton.
Samuel, 41.
Lawton, they were ready for that.
Samuel.
And Lawton was dropped. I think Lawton was dropped for a loss. So Riverdale takes over. Sometimes, John, you just got to roll the dice.
Oh, I agree.
Sometimes.
You want to change that mojo. You're down 15 points. If it works, you're a hero.
Yeah.
You keep that motion going, but you got to pass against Riverdale. You cannot run the ball against Riverdale, as I see it.
Well, we were told that it's very difficult running against them. They got these great interior linemen. Linebackers are fantastic. It's very difficult. Estevez takes the pitch, goes around the left side, and takes a few defenders with him as he falls to the 30-yard line.
Looks like Karlstrom down at the bottom. Karlstrom and 55. Mark Romeo.
Brought down by Zeldner in 1.
2nd and 5 now. Estevez comes out to the left. He's an outstanding ball player. Sirico is way out to the right.
Only a sophomore. Great speed. Plays both ways.
Look at this up the middle. He is gone. That was Lanza.
Number 8, Alec Lanza.
Alec Lanza right up the middle. They opened up. Defense just parted as the offensive line opened up, and Lanza, as a fullback, runs it right up the middle. The junior runs it in for a touchdown. Some 27 yards, John.
27 yards up the middle behind those two big guards that they have, Larry, and they opened up a big hole. Made it easy for Lanza. A junior, I believe. Lanza.
He certainly is, and the kick is up, and it is good. So Lanza's 27-yard run up the middle puts Riverdale up 29-7 over Westwood. You are watching WCTV, the all-volunteer group from the Township of Washington.
You know, Larry, let's just mention this. On that touchdown, Chris McMahon and Jay Choi opened up about a 6-yard hole right up the middle. You and I could have done it. I might have done a little slop.
Well, I'd have looked good running behind that line.
They're big, 280, 242, and they're athletic.
Tusky will have it, bounces around, picks it up at the 5, and he is going to be corralled as he gets close to the 10-yard line. We'll wait for the spot. They could be inside the 10.
With a 4-yard gain.
My goodness, about 6, 7.
Out to their own 9-yard
I
line.
can give you about 6 players in there.
Well, you give
Make it
everybody.
stop.
The entire kicking team was there.
Sirico looks like was in there.
Well, that's what happens when you fumble the ball and it starts rolling around.
Well, that gives you all that mojo, and you can pick up speed all of a sudden because you see that ball bouncing around. And you know he's not going to go far. And 6 or 7 met at the ball.
Westwood comes up with Downey up front. Karlstrom in the eye. Hand off to Karlstrom. Hits the right side and dives for a yard or two. Going to bring up 2nd and 9. And we have a stoppage of play here.
Helmet.
Oh, helmet. Okay.
Once the helmet comes off, you got to take. You got to go to the sideline for one play. And that was Karlstrom.
Comes off, puts the helmet back on.
Good-looking young man.
Oh, absolutely. Well, when you're 18 years old, you do look good, don't you?
No, absolutely.
You think they said that about us? That we look good at 18?
No.
No.
No. They said, wait till you're 70.
You look worse.
You look better.
You'll age better.
Like good
Nice
wine.
throw out here to the fullback, number 49, Tyler Downey.
Look at him showing first down.
Give the Westwood Cardinals a first down.
I like to see that. You know,
Matt-
young man makes a nice catch and then he just points first down.
Matt Poggi comes in. All right. The little Puma. The big Puma is in college. The little Puma is coming in. And this is the
Little hot
that's
band.
Westwood. That's where the Westwood people get their food. I got to tell you a story about the getting food from an establishment. We get a second or two here. I'll give you that. Don't laugh. Hey, how are you? Got the mothers are here with the 50-50.
So first down.
Lombardi looks, fires
Wide open.
downfield, incomplete.
Play action again. Pass incomplete down the right side.
That's right, Genius here. I'll tell you a quick story. I go into an establishment. But pay attention. I go into an establishment on Route
All right.
17. I asked the guy,
Oh,
the
I
kid
know
behind
the
the door.
story.
I said, I'd like to have a hamburger with,
It's that time again. Please
tomatoes,
take out your
ketchup,
50,
whatever.
50
I want a
tickets.
Frankfurter and I want a French fries.
Right.
He looks at me and says, excuse me, so I go through it again. Can I have a hamburger, French fries, and a Frankfurter? And he says to me, sir, I'm sorry, but I don't understand what you're saying. I thought I was getting a stroke. I thought I was having a stroke. I mean, all right, let's get this playing.
We'll finish that. Keep that.
Kazimir comes out to the left.
And
Lombardi looks. Lombardi throws. He has Kazimir. And he's gonna be.
9 yards.
Oh, that's gonna be close.
9-yard gain.
Close to first
About a
down.
yard. About a yard.
Maybe a yard short.
Third and short.
So now, it would be third and very short. Now I'm looking at the guy and I'm saying, am I in the middle of a stroke? So he says, I don't understand. I thought I wasn't explaining myself. So I look up at the menu and I see, and I said, can I have a hamburger, a hot dog, and French fries? He goes, oh, that's what you want. He had no idea that a Frankfurter was a hot dog.
Did you tell him you got to go to Webster? You can look and see a hot dog and
Yeah, there's
Frankfurter.
Lord Frankfurter there.
It's in the dictionary.
And the whistle comes in. Flag comes in.
Well, we'll see who. Looks like Westwood's moving back. Both teams would.
Oh, they're going to call it against Riverdale? What are they?
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
he's going the other way.
Offside? Yeah.
Yes, they jumped across the line. That encroachment.
There you go. Encroachment.
As the nose guard was pointing to the other guy. There it is.
No, see, there it is. There it is. The Frankfurter. You don't. No one knows what a Frankfurter. That kid didn't know what a Frankfurter is. Rick, you know what a Frankfurter is? Thank God. That's a Frankfurter. A Frankfurter is a Frankfurter.
I just don't understand.
With sauerkraut, mustard,
yeah.
onions, no relish,
No.
and no
No
ketchup.
ketchup, no,
No ketchup.
A lot of people put ketchup
Oh,
on it.
heresy.
terrible.
Heresy.
Yeah.
Heresy. Lombardi's back. He's being rushed. Steps
Great
right.
move.
Goes up
There's
the middle.
play.
There he goes to
There's
the
the
50,
play.
to the 45,
Oh,
and
little
runs out of
high
bounds.
stepping.
Lombardi badges the pressure.
You see that high
Through the
step?
middle
Yeah, he did a nice job there.
for a long
He would go, whoop.
gain on first down. High steps it and bounds.
So he got rushed. He was able to step up and took off and picked up a first down.
On the Riverdale 42-yard line.
I tell you, John, when Coach Napier sees these tapes and he brings the kids in, what he's not going to be happy with at all are the penalties.
Yes, you're right. Too many penalties. And on those 3 touchdowns, and finally the last one was a touchdown, that hurts. Those kind of penalties.
Lombardi's being rushed. Throws downfield. Knocked away. There were 3 defenders down there.
And then-
Estevez was there. Angioni was there.
And
Complete.
Captain almost
Penalty
caught
on
it.
the play.
Another flag on the play.
Another flag.
Roughing the passer on Riverdale.
So,
So
he
the-
releases the ball and gets hit. He's a warrior tonight. Number 18, Lombardi.
He's playing a great game. He's being rushed. He doesn't have much time. He's sliding left and right. And he's trying to make plays. And you know what? Given the opportunity, he has made plays.
Well, they need a score right here for sure. This is what they need to do. Down 29-7. The game is still, with 4:57 to go in the third quarter, still in front of you.
Cadman to the left. Pitch out.
Number 43.
That's way to run hard,
Pitch
Tommy.
left to Johnson.
Was that Lawton running the ball?
I thought it was
Daniel.
43. I thought it was 43, the number. I don't have
Second
43.
and
Mr. Smith.
Mr. Smith.
Mr. Smith ran that one. He had nice speed.
Pickup of about 3 yards.
That could be, maybe that could be a freshman.
Could be.
That was a great run. Nice quickness, hit the hole.
Downey moving over to the left. Johnson. And Johnson stopped. Connell, who's played outstanding offensively, had a long touchdown run, now comes across and makes a
3rd and 11.
tackle. 3rd and 11.
You had, Tyler Downey comes back out. Look at number 18 is really, I mean, he's hurting right now. He's tired, that young man. Lombardi. Big play in the third quarter. 11 yards to go.
Carlstrom comes over to the left of Lombardi, trips to the right. Lombardi's back. Lombardi looks to his left. Lombardi is being swarmed in, and he is dropped for a loss.
Lombardi sacked
Every receiver was covered.
McMahon was there.
by number 77, Jay Choi.
Choi. Yeah, looking at it, everyone was covered. 4 receivers downfield, all covered by the Golden Hawks.
Choi, McMahon, they got him. So Westwood's got to go.
Pressure.
Yeah, they're doing a nice job. When they have to, those defensive backs are really clamped down on the Westwood wide receivers.
But sometimes you have to change your pattern when you see that. That's what they'll get with age.
I don't know what's going on here.
I don't know.
Finally, there's a timeout. I think Westwood was trying to figure out what play to run. Finally, they had to call a timeout. So we come back. It's 2 minutes, 49 seconds to go. Riverdale leads Westwood 29-7. You are watching WCTV, the All Volunteer Group from the Township of Washington. The ball is on the 29-yard line. It's 4th and 12 for Westwood. Lombardi's calling signals. Carlstrom is to his left, trips to the right. McKay is all the way to the left. Snap comes back. Lombardi looks. Lombardi throws. And does Catherman catch the ball?
No.
They're going to say no, incomplete. And the ball is turned over to Riverdale with
short.
2 minutes and 42 seconds to go. A little short is right. So Riverdale will take over with 2:42 to go.
Riverdale takes over on their own 29-yard line.
The ball will be on the 27-yard line. Let's see where they spot it.
Yeah. Let's not guess. Yeah, 29.
29-yard line.
Yeah, you're right.
Sirico comes out to the right. Estevez, you got to keep an eye on him. He's all the way to the left.
And they're speedsters, especially Estevez. Number 1.
Pitch out here. And that is the aforementioned Estevez, who gets pushed out of bounds by Lawton on the far side after he crosses the 40-yard line.
Nice
Left
ball.
side of the field,
You had
caught by
a
Estevez,
blocker,
pushed out of
short
bounds by
pass, and a first down.
Lawton. First down, Riverdale.
Ball is knocked out. Estevez was knocked out at the 41. Enough for a first down. Sirico and Estevez are out to the right with Estevez in the slot. Morel is one of the running backs.
I watched the second receiver in, number 1.
Lanzer is in the backfield. Conley keeps, cuts inside, slips away to the 50. Enough for a first down as he dropped to the 47-yard line of Westwood.
Looks like Kukowski on the stop.
Tackled by Rosenfeld and Romeo.
And Romeo assisted.
Hey, Roy, let's go, Roy!
Another first down. Still in the third quarter, 2:13.
Coming to the 2-minute mark of the third quarter. Conley calling signals are in Westwood territory. Hands off to Morel, and Morel on a off the wing is dropped for about the 2-yard gain.
Tackled by Lawton.
And see, they have a lot of running backs. They give people a break. Everybody stays healthy
Stays fresh too.
and fresh.
I'm surprised that Coach Nitfield hasn't thrown the ball this quarter. And more than I think he's only thrown maybe one pass.
One pass.
Maybe.
The short pass to Estevez. They went for a first down. Don't
Conley
forget, they have
calling
a lot-
signals.
They have a lot of options here.
Conley stays on his feet and is dropped as he gets across the 45-yard
Conley
line.
looks for room to the left.
Looked for a little room on the left-hand side, couldn't find it, and was
2-yard
dropped.
gain on the play.
Looks like Ethan Kukowski on the stop, number 19. I think I'm saying it right.
Let's go, Roy! Make a play, Roy!
I think you are. You like my Frankfurter story?
I think it's a great
I want you to
story.
go into an establishment anywhere on Route 17. Ask for a Frankfurter.
I will.
See if they give it to you. There's that play that ran for a touchdown, and here it goes again. And again, the same play run by Alec Lanza that went for a touchdown, picked up a big chunk of yards here on third down.
To number 8,
He was excellent
Lanza.
last year in that game
first
that we
down,
did.
Riverdale.
That Westwood won. Lanza had a couple of big plays, a couple of touchdowns, but they have a lot of running backs.
Well, this team is going to be strong for a long time with the underclassmen they have. You think when Conley leaves, they're going to drop off a lot. They're not. They are not going to drop off a lot. That Alex Estevez is ready to step right in. Conley wants to throw, stops, stays on his feet, and falls to the 10-yard line. What a run.
Excellent run.
John, let me ask you something as they spot the ball with 11 seconds to go. And this could be the end of the third quarter. Conley and Ciliento. Riverdale and
What a game
Mawa.
that'll be. See, Ciliento, I think, is a little bit stronger. He's about 6 foot 180, where Donnelly is banked up.
And Conley puts the ball in Lanza's hands, takes it out, and runs right in for a touchdown. Another touchdown for Riverdale as the third quarter comes to an end.
Dylan Conley for the touchdown.
He put the ball in Lanza's stomach, took it out, went right behind him, off the left guard again, and in for a touchdown.
I give him 10-yard run.
And they're going to try the PAT down to our right with no time on the clock as that ends the third quarter. I wondered why Coach Nymphius didn't pass. I know why now. He didn't have to.
No, he's got too many
Not at
weapons.
all. Too many weapons is right. This kick is good. So with end of the third quarter, 36-7.
At the end of the third quarter,
Riverdale leads Westwood. You are watching WCTV, the all-volunteer group from the Township of Washington.
Tougher, they're more physical.
It's an even game.
Yeah, I agree.
Kick coming up, coming down to Catherman. Catherman is met hard at the 20-yard line and thrown back.
Let's see who's that.
Catherman with a 10-yard return.
Looks like number 38.
Taken down at the 21-yard line.
We'll take it. 38. Sean Burke, a sophomore, 5'9", 200.
Mr. Burke likes to hit.
I do like the way Catherman runs, though.
He
And
runs
he's
with
a great
abandon.
receiver. $11:54 to go.
In the
this
game,
fourth quarter.
36-7. Riverdale had it. Pitch out, bounces to McKay. Incomplete.
Pass intended for McKay.
I
Incomplete.
just
Second
overheard
down and 10.
at Ramsey, 35-0. Was it Mawa?
Yeah.
Mawa, 35-0 final.
Mawa and Riverdale are coming to an epic clash on the 30th of October
Ciliento Caliente.
against Conley. Woof. That's a game you're going to want to get to. I
That's a
think
great
it's
game.
in Riverdale, if I'm not mistaken.
No,
No?
Mawa.
It's up in Mawa?
Let me check it.
Incomplete pass intended for Catherine.
Pass intended for Catherman.
Going to bring up a 3rd and 10 as John is zipping along here.
October 30th at Mawa.
All right. That game starts at 7 o'clock, Halloween.
Wait a second. Then under here they say location, Riverdale High School. I'm erroneous.
I thought it was.
Yeah, look at this. To be announced, location, Riverdale High School.
I gave you wrong information. So that'll be a 6 o'clock game.
6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Is that the first or second?
Lombardi
mistake he
wants,
made?
fires downfield. He has Lawton. He's got
got
him.
it.
There goes Lawton to 30. He's to the 20. And he drops the ball. He fumbles it. It's picked up. And it's going the other way. Lawton had it and it's coming back the other way.
Unbelievable.
Monahan
That would have been a 79-yard touchdown.
The ball just came out of his hand, and that was
running
Coppola with the pickup and comeback. So the pass went to Lawton. He got down inside the 10. The ball came out of his hand, and Coppola picks it up and runs it back
But
the
he
other
had
way.
about 8 or 10 yards on the nearest defender.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Hawks will take over.
That was a great throw.
What a
in
great throw,
stride.
great run.
In stride. He had it. He had it all the way. You got to tuck it away.
We've seen, I tell you what,
This is-
we have seen the craziest things today in this game. 2 passes into the end zone, both called back for penalties, and the third one was the charm, a touchdown. We've seen a wide receiver running for a touchdown, the ball drops, a la Jerry Rice in 1986 against the Giants. The ball
right.
just come out. Hey, I can't explain this stuff, but
Neither can I. And this should be at least Halloween or something. It should
Yeah,
be
yeah,
happening,
yeah.
and not.
if the ball was wet or...
He had stride. He was sprinting. Nobody near him, and all of a sudden, the ball falls. Everybody's stunned. Everybody's looking around.
And then Coppola had the idea of picking up the ball and run the other way. He caught a touchdown. He was the one that caught the third touchdown pass, or the third pass into the end zone, and no penalty was
the
called.
43-yarder.
Could you imagine a penalty was called the third time and they had to bring it back?
I think Nymphius would have went nuts.
I think he would have taken a knee and gone into the locker room and tried to kill himself.
I've never seen that in any game.
No.
High school, college.
I've seen a ball fumble like that.
Oh, that I've seen.
I saw that at Giant Stadium with the great Jerry Rice dropping the ball. So it happens. It happens.
Probably the best pass thrown by Lombardi this year.
That was a good one. Lanza hits the middle, nothing.
Strip the ball! Get in there!
Hands off the middle.
Work hard! Finish strong!
We're having a little trouble with our monitor, like it won't make much of a difference.
We can close it off if you like. We could do it. We could do it with our keen eyes, Larry. You and
Yeah.
I. Another battery, just like us, Larry.
That could be. I don't know.
Sometimes we need.
Hard to the ball! All 11 guys! Let's go! Finish strong!
Sounding like a
Okay.
Puma. Is that the Puma?
Second down.
That's it!
And let's see who that is. Estevez with the run.
Estevez up the
So
middle,
bring up
second
third down
Everett.
and 5.
Third and a long 5.
Working hard, G!
And Jonah's out to the left as we getting hey, we finally got our monitor back. Now we can see what we're seeing.
NTSC.
Third down at the 10-minute mark of the game. Conley calling signals. And that handoff that has worked so well for them is finally diagnosed by Westwood and is stopped.
And I see Poggi right there. That's number 6.
And that was Lanza who ran that same play for a touchdown. Now it's fourth down,
That was Matt Poggi on the stop, though.
and Coach Nymphius appears to be going for it. 4th and 3.
Well, you work for some of these plays later on.
Let's see if it actually runs it.
Didn't make it.
I don't know. I think
Didn't
he
make it.
stopped.
By a yard.
T holds
No, he
strong.
didn't. Lanza stopped again.
Turnover on downs.
And that was 76 on
Westwood
the
will
stop.
start their drive.
So Westwood holds on downs and takes over with 9:23 to go.
9:23 left in the fourth
I believe
quarter.
that was Brendan Sullivan made that stop. As he limped off. Yep, it was him. Big stop. There's always positive in games.
You have to look for a silver lining somewhere.
And you have to build on it. Several of the plays will be coming back next week.
Next week, Westwood plays, I believe, Fort Lee, at Fort Lee, next Friday night. Then we're back here in 2 weeks against Ramsey, which is shaping up to be some game. There's a long pass downfield for Catherman, and it's going to be intercepted by Estevez. Estevez is coming down the other way. He's at
Look
the
this young
30.
man.
Breaks one tackle, stays on his
Oh.
feet, still on his feet as he gets to the 48-yard line. He has done everything, this young man.
What a player. Tell you what, he's my MVP today.
Oh,
A sophomore.
right now.
He played great defense, grabbed the ball, and then broke a couple of tackles.
Looks like there's a penalty flag on the 10-yard line.
Uh-oh.
Let's see what they're going to call.
Holding? Was it holding?
Personal foul against.
Yeah, they gave a little. So they're going to move this way
Let's see.
back. Look at this on a 10-yard line. It looks
Yeah,
like.
but the penalty flag was dropped on the 10 as Estevez ran it back up to about the 46-yard line. Now they're all moving back. I tell you, the only thing you got to say about Riverdale tonight is that they just had too many penalties and Westwood couldn't
Yeah.
take advantage of it.
You're right.
Penalty after penalty. They must have 10 penalties tonight.
Oh, and especially in the
They had
first
3
half.
in one drive.
But Larry, that was the biggest. They had 3 penalties, and still they scored the touchdown. They just kept back, and they wanted a 43-yarder. That was it.
Let's get some stats here.
Yeah. Coppola said, I want to catch one for 43 yards. And
Wow.
they threw it.
Wow. And Riverdale's a Group 3, and they're in the same group with Pascack Valley.
I think they're 1 and 2 right now in the standing.
Yeah, they are 1
And they could finish that way.
They won because they have an extra game.
Game.
There goes Conley on his feet, still on his feet, and gets across the 15. Might be enough for a first down. I believe they're 1 and 2, but Riverdale has 1 extra game that Pascack Valley hasn't
Pascack
played.
Valley will be, because they're playing the highest seed team. They played a 5 or 4.
Tackled by Rosenfeld.
You know, the
So
way
they're
it
going
looks,
to have more points.
the way it looks like it's going to be 1 and 2.
That'd be a great game if they both make it.
They
to-
both Pascack Valley and
Giant
Riverdale
Stadium.
for the championship. But there's a lot of wood to crack, chop
You're
between
right.
now and then.
That's true.
There's some teams out west, they may have something to say in that Group 3. Westwood's a Group 2, if you're wondering. That handoff there they ran very well a number of times to stop.
Well, you got to make some adjustments, and they're making the adjustments and getting plenty of playing time.
Run up the middle. Stopped by 51.
I believe it was Connell with that run, number 32.
You had Jordan Rosenfeld, a nice game.
2nd down and 8. Conley calling signals. Again, he pitches back outside the Lanza. And another penalty comes flying in as Lanza gets enough for the first down. He gets to the 35-yard line.
Finds room out to the right. Flag on the play.
Another penalty.
Double-digit penalties.
Oh, absolutely. They got to be
They're getting closer to that 2-0.
getting closer to IMG's 20 penalties against Bergen Catholic.
Yeah.
Let's see what this is going to be.
Well, this looks like it could be against.
No, they're backing him up.
They're backing him up. They were talking to Coach Nymphius, telling him exactly what.
Holding. Hey, John, did you hear there's a fantasy football you can play now? Someone's starting it where you pick the referee team, and the way you get points is the number of penalties they throw. And if it's say offside and it's 5 yards, you get 5 points. Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So
And
in other words, you want to get a referee.
So let's
that
say,
likes to throw
yeah,
the
you get
flag.
Walt Anderson, you get him, and his team threw for 100 penalties, you got 100 points. I got to get somebody who can throw more than him. There's a fight up the middle.
Yeah, but
I've
how
never
do you-
heard of that
but how
before.
do you pick? Anybody can pick one.
Anybody, let's say you got 15 games. Connor was Conley for a couple of yards. What you do there is you pick the referee, and then you find out how many penalties they throw. Every time, offsides, illegal procedures, 5 points if they take it.
Right.
A touchdown call back is 20 points.
All right.
They would have had if you would have had this refereeing crew,
my
you'd have had
goodness.
40 points tonight.
Yeah.
Just on 2 plays.
Yeah, a lot of penalties here. Oh yeah, on those the touchdown.
They call it. I don't know how they're going to run this fantasy, but they've got more fantasies You involved in any of those fantasies?
No, no.
What are you laughing about?
I do.
John's
I do
John's fantasy.
Is to get up in the morning.
Here comes another penalty.
Oh,
John's fantasy. We should have this.
What's my fantasy?
John's fantasy is running a 4-5 for a touchdown in a football game right now.
A 4-5?
Yeah, run a 4-5.
Great game on Riverdale.
Would that be a great fantasy?
I would just like to be able to run that.
How about walk it?
Walking is fine.
How about 4 minutes and 5 seconds?
Ooh.
Delay of game on
Another delay a game here. I tell you what.
But what's going to happen if they have this kind of game against, say, Pascagoula Valley or Mawa, Riverdale will lose a game.
You
'Cause
can't.
You can't have these penalties. You got to be disciplined.
You really can't. And a lot of penalties. Third and long, third and long, third and long.
You know, and you look at the schedule. You know, the amount is 36 to 7. There's no need for penalties.
I think I know. If just to try to help the coaching staff and the players in Riverdale along, I think what they're trying to do is just milk the clock all the way down.
Yeah.
And they got caught trying to be too cute, and they got to 0. They were trying to.
Yeah.
They were trying to get it to 1 second left, and
You wanna get
that's
to
what
25
basically
seconds,
happened.
yeah.
As we're down to the 5-minute and 39-second mark, McKay is on the 45-yard line. It's been all Riverdale. Kick is up in the air, high, and ball bounces, and they'll let it just roll. And Westwood will have it at the 47-yard line. They trailed 36 to 7 to Riverdale. You are watching WCTV, the all-volunteer group from the Township of Washington. That's true. Ball is stumbled around, and let's see who's got it. Riverdale was first on it. Let's see if they keep it. Westwood somehow comes up with it. And Saunders, I believe Mike Saunders on the bottom of it.
Westwood recovers.
The snaps have been coming back to
Second and 12.
steal the Lombardi
Loco.
a little low the last couple of snaps.
I think they're all tired. You know, you look at the score, you're tired, you say, look, our season starts next week. We get some of our players back.
Got a lot of injuries coming in today, but that's no excuse. Everybody has injuries to a certain
Absolutely.
extent. So you got beat by a better team. Case closed, conversation over, and you move on.
Absolutely.
Then the snap is low again, and Lombardi's running for his life, throws the ball up in the air, and it's intercepted. It's intercepted and taken down on just in front of us is Kobe Burke.
Lombardi intercepted.
An ill-attempted pass by Lombardi, but you can understand he's trying to do something. Sometimes what you have to do is just go down.
That could be the exclamation mark.
Oh, that's it. I mean, the only thing here is what the final score is going to be. Right now, it's 36 to 7. 424. I think Coach Nippias would just like to run the ball out.
First down, Riverdale.
Nice, easy
On the Cardinals,
run.
46.
Yes.
Don't get anybody hurt.
And there's timeout on the field. 36 to 7. Riverdale leads Westwood. You are watching WCTV, the all-volunteer group from the Township of Washington. We have a new quarterback here. Number 12, Mike Walker. He is a junior. And now all Coach Nippias wants to do with a lot of his
1 yard gain on the play.
underclassmen is to just run the last 4 minutes out and get out of here and get on to your next game.
Absolutely. Same thing with Westwood. Let the young men who have their uniforms on, let them play. Let them feel
Sure.
that.
Right now, what you're doing now is you're gunning for the best possible seed you can have in the playoffs. After this win today, they're on their way to the playoffs.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So you take your players out, make sure they don't get hurt.
Oh, this is a new
Handoff inside.
quarterback.
Oh, the quarterback
Mike
kept
Walker.
it. I think Walker kept it. Lawton was in the area.
Walker kept it himself.
6'4", 175.
Runs to the right
Junior.
side, tackled by Lawton.
Third down and 7 yards to go.
We've had some unusual plays today. We're not even going to repeat some of those plays.
No.
Let them just end in this game, at the end of today's game, with 3:17. We'll close shop on this game.
Well, it was 7-7 at one point, and then
Then 14-7.
22 on that. The play that broke this game open was in the with 4 seconds left in the half. That touchdown pass.
Yep.
Walker gets hit and dropped. Poji's in the area. He was up with the tackle.
Koji.
So instead of being 14-7 going into halftime, it was 22-7. And it's 4th down now as we get close to the 2
And
minute.
now it's 36-7.
Now 36-7. And
He had the one touchdown.
Riverdale didn't throw.
drop.
They threw the ball out in the second half, but they didn't throw it. I don't know. I don't remember a pass being thrown in this second
One
half.
pass. I saw
pass?
one, maybe two
That's the
passes.
best?
Yeah, short passes, nothing
Just
long.
keeping the ball on the ground,
Right.
running it.
You know, you have allegiance to the coaching staff. You know, the outcome of this game is official. So now it's just a matter of getting a clock down. So you have to do it as a coach. Run
Yeah.
the ball. Because next year it could be
Ty
the other
Riley.
way.
Ty Riley
Runs for 3 yards.
is dropped short of a
Turnover
first down, so
down.
Westwood will take
take
over with 2 minutes and 9 seconds to go.
On their own 39-yard line.
The ball's on the 39-yard line.
Left in the ballgame.
Some clean uniforms are coming in.
Oh yeah, you bring as many people in as you
Try and
can.
give everybody the opportunity. We can call. Oh, look,
Oh
both
no,
teams.
they got their first string defensive backs in.
Yeah, you got
Huh?
Alex.
I see
Samuel is
Conley.
there,
I see Connell is in, number 32.
and Coppola is back there.
Westwood runs the ball up to the 40-yard line. You just see what Westwood's going to do here. Westwood, I think they're just going to run the clock down. Watuski comes running it.
Carlson, 1-yard gain. 2nd and 9.
Man, the battered Lombardi goes in, number 18. How many pounds did he lost?
How many times you what?
How many pounds do you think he lost today? 10?
He was running. There were
Oh,
times he was running for his life. Yeah.
You and I would lose 20, maybe 25.
Tusky is dropped.
Had a little Hopalong Cassidy style. That
Hand
guy.
off to Lukashik.
Lu-
4-yard gain.
Lukashik with the run.
Lukashik. He told us about Lukashik. Remember?
Yeah.
Young man, nice blonde hair.
Oh yeah, we talked to him a couple of
Good-looking young
times.
man.
So Lutashik runs it in.
Lukashik, yep.
3rd down.
He's a junior, 5'10". Plays both running back and defense.
Could very well be, depending if the ref spots the ball early.
Timeout Westwood.
Timeout.
Westwood calls a timeout with 56 seconds to go. Something had to be wrong.
Well, we'll soon see. They're taking out, looks like they're taking out Saunders. He's a warrior, that young man. He's playing injured, by the way. And of course, last year he played the whole season with a broken foot.
He is tough.
hurting. When he found out a lot of the players weren't going to play, that LT Brown wasn't going to play, he says, I'm playing, coach. So he's a warrior, ladies and gentlemen. Michael Saunders, 71. As he's sitting there.
There he is. Yeah, we got him.
Look at that young man.
Looked like he had a.
I'm a warrior. The heart and soul of this team. On the line. Michael Saunders.
A whole year on a broken leg.
Unbelievable. That's something. He didn't know he was always hurting. You and I, no way. We have boo-boos, we go.
We go boo boo. We go to bed.
He's a warrior. Part of the Saunders
Hand off to
family.
Lukashik.
Washington Township.
Fourth and
Lutashik with the run. That could be the. No, I guess they're gonna.
Now you got 43 seconds. What's Lombardi run? He's got that little hip of you. He's bouncing. You think he's going out tonight?
I don't think many of these kids are going out tonight. I think that they're
They've
exhausted.
been in a battle.
They have been.
This has been a battle. And for a while, it was a very good game. Oh, look at that tackle.
A lot of
Oh, my
tackle
goodness.
coming in from the side.
39.
And that's just indicative of today's Westwood trying to run against
Jack DiMasso.
against this defensive line. So there's
5'8", 210.
16 seconds to go, 1 snap to go, and that will be it. And 36-7, Riverdale should win this game and move on
6-0.
6-0 on their way to the playoffs. I mean,
So they have they'll be going against Dwight Morrow next on October 16th. Then they have a bye to get ready for Mawa at their place, Riverdale. And then they have Ramapo on the 6th.
So that is it. 36-7. Riverdale defeats Westwood here on the campus of Westwood High School in Washington Township. An outstanding game. The MVP is going to be David Estevez.
I totally agree with you. That young man is, you know what? You were saying about the battle between him and Suliento, Donnelly. But now if you put Estevez and Donnelly together, you've got two quarterbacks.
Yeah,
Then I got to give the edge to Riverdale.
They got a great team, Riverdale. They're very well balanced. They can run the ball. They certainly can pass. We saw some passing there, but they have to pass. They can't pass. Westwood now has got to regroup, get their players who are injured back on the field. Next week they have Fort Lee, and then hopefully
Ramsey.
from the Westwood side, the Ramsey game here in 2 weeks is going to be very, very big. So everybody, help put the show on. I want to thank Danny Vavino, the athletic director at Westwood, for all the assistance he's given. Dennis Hart and his wonderful staff. I want to thank him. Final score 36-7 as the clock goes down. Westwood loses to Riverdale. Good night, everybody.